and welcome to Trojans Live, presented by Monster Energy on ESPN LA 710 across the USC Trojans Media Network. I am Jordan Moore alongside the All-American Sean Cody, our quarterback Cody Kessler, and we are joined tonight for the first time by Chad Savage, USC's new tight ends coach. Our coach interview is presented by I Trust Capital, the official crypto platform of the USC Trojans. Thank you, Coach, for joining us. Welcome officially from us to the Trojan family. You've been out there though at spring practice, been here for a little while. Ultimately, what was what drew you to USC?
It was a no-brainer when I saw that phone call come in. First got a call from Luke Heward, just kind of briefing me, almost playing the 21-question game. Had some more conversations the next day. Had the chance to interview with Coach Riley, and when I got that offer, I didn't even blink twice. I accepted that, and I was out here 36 hours later.
Coach, first thing that kind of popped up when you got the job here was Southern California guru recruiter. How does one become a guru of recruiting in Southern California? It seemed like a young guy. I mean, that's a pretty good title there to get a young age there.
No, I appreciate that. I've just been fortunate to have Southern California at the last few stops, and I just think you got to do your due diligence and you got to give everybody the time of day, and that's from every school. It could be an inner city school that plays a lesser level of football. It could be a Trinity League school, and you got to go in there. You got to spend quality time with these guys, and you got to ask people on who they think's good on opposing teams. You can't just walk into a building and say, who do you have? You might have said, hey, when you guys played this school, who stood out on their roster? And they're going to tell you everything. And you got to do your homework. You got to put in the time, and if you're diligent with your evaluations and you see something, you got to believe in it. Because I think a lot of schools nowadays, they recruit off other offers.
Yep.
Oh, just because Michigan offered, we got to offer them. No. If you see something, you got to stand on the table and go after it.
That happened a lot when I was here, when I was getting recruited and all of that. Kind of sticking with that, how important is it as a top recruiter, not only recruit the player, but recruit his family as well?
You got to do it because we talk about it's like a track race. The family's passing the baton to me, and now it's my job to continue what they're doing.
How have the fundamentals of recruiting, though, changed in the NIL era, right? I mean, this used to just be entirely a relationship business, and that's what made someone a great recruiter, their ability to, sort of convince someone to come to your school. Now everything's changed.
I think it has changed, but it really hasn't. At the end of the day, it is a relationship-driven business because one school might offer this amount, another school might offer this amount, but you still have to have the relationship with the person on a personal level because they got to be comfortable showing up to work every single day playing for you, and they got to understand your vision. They got to understand how you operate that meeting room. They got to understand your energy on the field, and so you still got to have that relationship. If guys want to chase the dollar sign, it's probably not going to work out anyways.
Recruiting a big part of your job, but also you got to coach those guys up on the field. You got the tight ends and the inside receivers. How do you kind of break up the time management doing those groups?
Really coaching all of them as a whole. There's going to be days where the inside receivers are going to get a little more coaching. There might be days where tight ends are going to get a little more coaching. Kind of just depends what we're doing with our script. You've seen we had the injury bug the last few days, and so there might be more 12 personnel. There might be 11 personnel as we get guys back, and some of the tight ends got hurt. But really just having all of them understand the complete picture of the game, because some of the coaching points for the tight end in the run game are going to help those guys understand the complete picture, understand identifications, who's working to who, and then the coaching points in the pass game for the inside receivers are going to be the same as the tight ends when they're flexed out in the slot.
Sticking with tight ends, a guy that I'm looking forward to see his development is Walker Lyons, a young player. What excites you the most? I know it's been a short time getting to work together, but what excites you most about your young tight end?
He's got the coachability. He's got amazing ball skills. He's a willing blocker in the run game, so just really to fine-tune some of the technique really in this pass game right now. Like him and I just spent some time out there understanding some top of the routes, understanding leverage, and if we can clean that stuff up, he's going to be a hell of a player.
Take us through the rest of the room.
We got a lot of guys. I mean, you got the inside guys, you got the tight ends. So which room do you want to focus on?
Start with tight ends.
Okay, so tight ends, you got Lake McCree, who's a veteran in the room, and another complete tight end. And I know this is his last year, and he wants to make it a memorable year. And so I'm just trying to help him achieve everything he wants, but reminding him it's all about the Trojans. And we've got goals we want to achieve, but he's a great guy on and off the field. He sets the tone in terms of physicality standpoint. And same thing with him in the pass game. We're just going to fine-tune some of the details, understanding routes, leverage, and we'll definitely take a step forward in that.
What about your journey, Coach? How did you get here? Like, obviously you're going to. Coaches are always trying to get to the next level. What does your journey look like so far? How'd you get here?
Two guys I'm really so thankful for, guy Dale Lindsey, former head coach at University of San Diego, and then Jay Norvell, the current head coach at Colorado State. I was a young coach, and they both gave me chances. And I just believe if you do the right job, people are going to
get noticed.
Exactly. Yeah. People are going to notice that, and they're going to respect your work, and every day is an interview. And so I just showed up, did my job to what I believe I was capable of doing, and I think it got noticed from a recruiting standpoint and also from a production standpoint with some of the players I've been fortunate to coach.
Going back to the tight end room a little bit and being a former quarterback, I got a lot of respect for those guys. It takes a special mindset, right? Because you got to do the dirty work of an offensive lineman, go out there and block, and you don't get nearly as many targets as a wide receiver. So you're somewhere in between. What's your approach when coaching that group? What kind of mindset do you want your guys to have when they take the field on Saturdays?
I just tell them you got to make up your mind that you're going to make the play. And as soon as you shift your mindset that you're going to make the play, the decision's made. And so whether you're got to win a block at the point of attack in the run game or you got to win a one-on-one route, if you make up your mind, you're going to have success. But if guys just kind of tippy-toe out there and they're hesitant, you're not going to have success. And so right now it's changing that mentality, but I also want guys that are going to put their face in the fan and they're going to be physical.
And that's I'm sure we don't have any on this roster, but is that where if you're not willing to block, you're not playing for me?
100%.
Love that. Yeah.
And I think sometimes it gets lost nowadays, but the game of football is still won on the fundamentals of blocking and tackling.
Yeah.
And so I want opposing teams, when they turn on the film at USC, they see my two position groups saying, okay, these guys know how to block, and they're going to strain the defender.
You're listening to USC's new tight end and inside receivers coach Chad Savage here on Trojans Live. The last name people might know, your uncle is John Savage. He's big-time legendary baseball coach over at UCLA. So when we get to the breakdown now at Thanksgiving in the family, how many Trojans we got? How many Bruins we got? What's the breakdown in the Savage family right now?
My blood is all Trojans.
That's the way it should be.
Good answer.
And I think some people in the spring, they might be wearing some Bruin blue, but I'm all Trojan.
Did you talk to him at all when you took this? Did he give you a hard time about it?
Yeah, I actually rely on him a lot through my coaching journey just because of what he's done and how much success he's had. Obviously, he's been at a lot of different spots. He's had success. He's had losing seasons. He's had winning seasons, and he's a mentor to me. But you look at when he was my age, he was actually at USC coaching under Mike Gillespie. Yeah. So it's pretty special.
Had some pretty good pitchers in that time, if I recall correctly. So, yeah, he knew what he was doing. we probably should have done a better job trying to keep him, maybe in hindsight, but different conversation for a different day.
Yeah, what's it been like working with Lincoln Riley daily? You know, obviously you probably had an expectation coming into this, but then you get to be with him, working daily with him. What's it been like?
This job's all about the people, and he's an amazing leader in all aspects. His confidence, he's calm, cool, collected, and the way he operates on a daily basis, he's detail-driven, but he's just very confident in how he operates the entire team room, the entire offense, and I think that trickles down to the way our culture is here at USC. But he's composed, he has a vision, and now it's our job to articulate that and just keep getting better every single day.
Yep.
You've been at San Diego before and then Colorado State, obviously. What's it been like being back in Southern California, stepping away from football a little bit? Does it make the recruiting a little bit easier with the resources we have around us?
Yeah, not only the resources, but the logo.
Yeah.
People know what USC is, and there's so much history and tradition behind this program. It's just special to walk into a school or to walk into a family's house with these colors on in this logo.
It's almost like giving him superpowers now, right? With what he's been able to do at other places, and now you get the USC logo. That's awesome.
No, I'm excited for sure.
You know, when Coach Riley came in, he broke it down this way with the outside receivers coach, or maybe Coach Simmons' title is just receivers coach, and then there's inside and tight end, which is the title that you have now. And so that's sort of new to us and probably new to a lot of the people watching. I'm curious, when you take, like, certain receivers will line up inside and outside. So a guy like Mekhi Lemon, I'm assuming at some point he'll line up in the slot and won't just be outside. Do you work with him on those routes? Is it all Coach Simmons with Mekhi because he's part of that room? How does that breakdown work?
Coach Simmons and I work hand in hand together on everything. You look at our wide receiver individual drills, it's all together as an entire unit inside and outside. And so with the formation variations that we have, an inside guy could end up playing outside, an outside guy could end up playing inside. So we essentially just have to see eye to eye, and we got to speak the same language on everything we do. And that's why Coach Riley's so great coordinating this offense, because we're very detailed and everyone's going to be on the same page, and you have to be.
How's that quarterback room looking? You guys are working with the wide receivers and the tight ends. How's the Jada Mayavas coming along, Longstreets? How are those guys come along as quarterbacks?
Two great players with a ton of talent, a ton of upside. They carry themselves the right way as a quarterback. I mean, everybody knows the quarterback's got to be the leader of the offense, but the way they conduct themselves on and off the field, everybody respects them, but they always have that itch to get better. Now it's just building that chemistry with the pieces around them.
One guy that I've been very high on, and I think he falls in that inside receiver category. I think that's where he's going to make his money, Xavier Jordan. I was very impressed with him last spring. Got a little bit of buried on the depth chart with some of the talented guys that were here, but now that third wide receiver spot kind of opens up. What do you expect to see from Jordan this year?
I had a relationship with DJ prior to me getting to USC because I recruited him a little bit at Colorado State, and I think the biggest thing for DJ is just being consistent with his approach. Can he be the same person every single day, and can he understand the little details of what it takes in the weight room, what it takes in the meeting room, what it takes on the practice field? And if he can be consistent with that every single day, DJ's going to be a very special player because you guys see the flashes, whether it's on social media or whether you're at practice, you see the playmaking ability he has. And so super excited to work with him and Coach Simmons and just to help him achieve all that he wants.
Well, it's great to have you, Coach. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to seeing your unit out there in the Coliseum field this fall. Ready to take it to the next level? Unleash the beast this college tailgate season with Monster Energy. Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet, Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. We're about to unleash the beast next. Coming up next, we have Jamal Jarrett. He's going to make Sean Cody look small. Coming up on Trojans Live.